and welcome back to the Entangled Roundabout program. We've talked about tools, we've talked about half square triangles. Now we're going to start sewing on the actual quilt. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. Okay, so what we're going to sew on first is the center medallion. So it is right here, and we're going to sew through it together. Okay, get your fabric, get your sewing machines, and let's go. Okay guys, we are going to sew this center medallion and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's easy peasy to do, so don't stress out. It's basically half square triangles with a little bit of magic in the corners. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're going to sew it together. Are y'all ready? Okie dokie. So basically what we've made is half square triangles, look like that, and we did them exactly the right size per Linda's instructions. Okay, so basically what we're going to do next is make those little corner magics. Okay, so let me kind of show you what that looks like. Okay, it's actually going to look like that. Okay, so basically what we've done is we've done a half square triangle. Okay, per her instructions she says lay the ruler 1 1/4 away from that seam. So you see I'm like right on 1 1/4. Okay, and then you're going to nip off the end. Okay, just like that. Okay, then she had us cut some smaller triangles. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the triangle right there, and we're going to stitch across. An easy way to get this even is to actually fold it, make a little press, fold this one, make a little crease, and then match those creases up. Okay, if you need to pin that, go ahead and do that. Stick a pin right there in the center. And if it's not perfect, there's actually a smidge bit of wiggle room, so I'll show you that in a few minutes too. So then I'm going to take it to the machine and actually stitch. Okay, all right, so we're under the machine and we're going to do that 1/4 inch again. Okay, I'm going to stitch all the way through. Always pull that pin out before you get to it, so that might be a showstopper. And then we're going to cut. Okay, and when we open it up, it's actually going to be here. Okay, so I'm going to go and press this open really quick, and we are going to press it to that darker fabric. As you can see, I got a little off kilter that's not exactly lined up, but Linda, in all her wisdom, she actually made these a little oversized, so we're actually going to cut these down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put, let's go this way. Okay, there we go. And we're going to cut on this side. If we need to cut on the other side, we can. I think that's pretty perfect. Okay, so this is the piece that we need. Okay, magic? I think it's magic. Okay, so then we're going to lay out our pieces. Okay, so I've already sewn a couple rows together. So we've got a top. So basically these are half square triangles. Okay, and a good thing to do is to actually label your fabrics, but also keep your instructions close at hand, because there's great diagrams in here, and I just always like to watch my diagrams and make sure I've done this correctly. Okay, so this one goes this way. So you see these are all half square triangles. Okay, so half square triangles here, Let me scoot that up so the camera gets it really good. Okay, so half square triangle this way, half square triangle that way, and then we got our little corner magic. Okay, and that's it. We're going to sew these together, and you can sew these together row by row. You can chain piece these. If you chain piece these, I would take these two to start with, and then these two, and then these two, and then this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one, and so on, all the way through, okay? And what she has you do, if you'll look on your instructions, she has you press them, the arrows, on the instructions. And my instructions are all, I've got notes all written in because that's who I am, that's what I do. But if you'll look, there is the arrows at the end. You press these seams this way, these seams this way, these seams this way, these seams this way, okay? So let me show you. So if I'm going to the machine, if I had these on like a wall and I'm going to the machine, normally I stack them this way. You may have a better method, but this kind of works for me. This is how my brain works. Just kind of scary sometimes, okay? I always put a pin in the corner of that first one because I know I'm going to start stitching on this side, okay? Okay, so we're going to take this to the machine. We're going to do a 1/4 inch stitch. Okay, so we're going to kind of line these up. If you need to pin these, feel free to do that. Okay, and we're just going to sew. I'm going to do these one at a time. Sometimes I do them two at a time, depending on how I'm feeling. And if it's not terribly late at night. Okay, just kind of clean that up. Okay, we're going to put the next one on. Sew that one together. And I am unthreaded, so let me thread that back. Okay, and then we're going to look at Linda's instructions. And we're actually going to press them the way she has them pressed, okay? So the first one presses that way, and then the second one presses this way, third one presses this way, and this one is going to press that way. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to press all the seams to that side. So I have pressed everything to this way, and if you'll notice, this one on top is pressed the other way. So if you look here, the seams, they nest. So these seams go this way, these seams go this way, and these two seams sit right into each other, okay? So we call that nesting. So they're all going to nest very beautifully. If you need to put a pin in, feel free to do that. But as you go, I find it's just easier not to pin. So it's totally up to you, okay? You can just, I usually just nest them with my fingers, okay? And they should be ready to sew. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew those together and show you how that goes. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to try that one more time. Okay, we're just going to sew all the way across. Okay. I'm going to cut that thread. I'm going to go ahead and press it, and she has you press them all to one side. And I press these upwards. And if you'll notice, my little corners are in there really well. I haven't lost a point. It's not pointless. Okay, so basically I'm going to go and sew these together. And then we will be done with this block. I'll be back in a jiffy. voila, we have our center block. How easy was that? We'll see you on the next round.